So it's a new day. I got like 3 hours of sleep. It's like 50 degrees in the garage, but I've got the heater on. This is what I've come up with for painting the grill. I was going to try to wrap the grill brackets in foil, but I quickly discovered that that wasn't going to work. So this is what we're going to do. I've got a handle here that I can use to move these around and get hopefully a decent coat on them, and then set them up to dry. I'll actually spray them outside where it's colder, but I can set them in here to dry. And hopefully, if you look at where these are going to sit on the car, they sit down really low, like down here in that opening. So they're going to get beat up and scuffed and scratched and rock chipped and all that stuff. So hopefully these look okay. Okay, so I did a little test spray in here. I tried going outside and everything kind of ran a little bit. So I did a test spray in here with some primer, because I need to put some primer on here anyway. And like with the furnace blowing directly on it, it dries pretty quick. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my gun with a really narrow spray pattern so that I don't get a lot of overspray. I'm not going to waste a lot of paint. I don't need to coat a big panel. I just need to coat this little tiny thing. So I'm going to mix up a little bit of paint. Maybe a few times I have to mix up paint, but hopefully this will actually go pretty quick. Then I can assemble the grill. These are definitely going to need overnight to dry. It is just too cold for painting. And I just about kicked this whole thing over. Pretty smart. I mean, I don't claim to be the smartest YouTuber on the planet, so. All right, we're having a great day here. So I have the front spoiler ready to go on the car. The problem is there's no place for the ducts to go. That's these guys right here. These mount here. And as you can see, there's no place for them to go. So I have to make a place for them to go. This right here is the absolute least favorite part of my day. Oh my God, cutting into a freshly painted bumper while it's on the car is absolutely the thing I did not want to do today. Fortunately for me, I have a bumper that has the cutouts here to measure from, and the factory manual specifies. Let's see if my thing will stand up. So the factory manual here, if it'll focus on it, come on, focus. So 58 millimeters from the opening, which is over here. So I measured in 58 millimeters. I made a tape template from the other car, and I am going to now lace-eye cut my freshly painted bumper. All right, well, what's the worst that can happen? I cut it too big and then it doesn't fit at all and looks silly, and then I feel stupid. All right, well, that could have went a lot worse. Yeah. Actually got the vents to fit in here fairly easily, I think. You could probably cut this just a little deeper, but the width is right. So that would allow that to, or I could just use my good hand and push it up there, which is way more of a time saving. So I got to say that this part of it went fairly well. I'm going to count my blessings for today and not work on this anymore today because I feel like I've used up all my luck. It's back in the garage. A new day. It's late in the day, but it's a new day. First step is to get this creature installed. Since I haven't installed one, I got to figure out where it goes. And it looks like it goes right here. The vents for the bumper side are in. I still need to put the vents in the back, the ducts. The lower spoiler, the lower part of the grill is now in. And now I get to start fitting up the front spoiler, which is hopefully not going to cause me too many problems. I'm skeptical, but hopeful. So let's see how this part of the installation goes. All right, I got the first side on. Probably the easiest. And there's this huge rubber lip that actually wraps around the edge of the fender. And then the bottom attaches through the fender bolt hole down here. So I'll put those in later. Still got to get this thing to line up all the way around the front. And probably the most difficult portion will be this side right here, trying to make sure that all of this lines up. I did have to make the holes a bit bigger on the other side, and I'll definitely have to do that on this side. Just trying to get this 40-year-old plastic spoiler to stretch back on the car without breaking is not an easy task. All right, the front spoiler is mounted, and I'm not going to say it's a flawless installation. There's still some alignment problems. I broke a couple of the studs that go on there, which isn't really surprising. It is a 40-year-old piece of foam or plastic, but overall it went on pretty well. Probably look a lot better if I took that off of there. Still need a few things for the front end. I got my Euro fogs and H1, whatever you call them. I don't know. Let's see here. This one here is the fog. I don't know what this one's called, but they're both H1s and H3s. So I have those in, but I don't have the frames that go around them because they're different than the US ones. So I'm trying to find a set of those. Really, that's the only thing I need left to complete the front end of this car. And to figure out why it is so much wheel gap here. It is really annoying that I have so much wheel gap. I actually have the back end jacked up right now. I've had it jacked up for a few days while I've been working on the rear of the car, and the wheel gap doesn't come down at all. So super annoying that it looks terrible with all this wheel gap. Well, I can check one more job off the list on the 928. It doesn't fit perfect. It should fit perfect, and I'm a little disappointed by how it fits. In fact, the holes that I marked on this side, you can see the tops of the holes over the top of the spoiler. I don't know how to fix it. It's just going to be one of those things that's going to be there for all eternity. Super annoying. It's super frustrating. I kind of did the measure twice, cut once thing, and kind of backfired. So I'm finishing today a little beat down from doing this job and a little frustrated from how poorly it turned out. And yeah, I really hate doing things that look terrible, and or you can tell someone messed up along the way, and that's what I did. And I don't know where I messed up, but I guess that's one of the things about being the dumbest YouTuber on the planet. Hey, there we go. So this car is going to continue to stress me out and take my money and frustrate me to no end. And hopefully, I'm getting close to the end of. Hopefully, I'm getting close to the end of the big projects on this car. I've got about a month till I have a deadline that I've self-imposed, and I hope to get it done. So off to more projects. So that's all from this time on Throttle Grotto. Until next time, get out there and work on something.